Hi, I'm Taryn, and I spent a month in Albuquerque from mid-August to mid-September. This is a vlog that documents that with lots of short videos that I took while I was out there, and a voiceover from me, and a couple of songs that I wrote while I was in Albuquerque. Enjoy! Let's start from the beginning. The flight into Albuquerque, and there in the clouds you can see that there's a storm. This is the first evening, and there's Carolyn. Isn't she gorgeous? Those are the Sandia Mountains, and Sandia means watermelon in Spanish, and they're called that because of the kind of pinkish colour they go. Western skies, western sunset, race car, Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn again. This was at the farmer's market, and we went there every Saturday. Lots of organic fruits and veg, and bread. I love bread. That meal was so good. I remember having that. Carolyn is a great cook. This was on the way to the chili festival. I went with Carolyn's friend Sue. Got a taste of New Mexican culture. This was at the rail yards market, and a really gorgeous, interesting building. And inside, lots of cool things there. Colour. Oh, here's me singing. Carolyn put out a note asking whether anybody had any instruments that a Brit could borrow, and Joaquin said that he had a guitar, so I had a guitar borrowed for the month. That was great. And this was on the way to Bosey Brothers because Carolyn is a stand-up comedian.
I have lost money, but not because I bet on the wrong horse, because I was with the wrong guy.
And here she is making iced tea. And then I made dinner. That's dal. I love dal. So good. And our favourite, peaches with blueberries. Cool. How's it taste? And then this was on the way to the Acoma Pueblo, which is a settlement of Native American people. It's amazing. They've got such a rich culture. And then we're heading back to Albuquerque now. That was again with Sue. That was really fun. Carolyn making corn chowder. Welcome to one of my favourite Albuquerque memories. This is 2 miles above sea level at the top of the Sandia Mountains, and the reason that I was there was Dom. I met Dom at an improv comedy show he was performing at, and we saw him again at the Bosey Brothers open mic, and he invited me hiking. And it was so beautiful. We got to see the sunset, forest fires in the distance, and the city come alight. Style swap. Carolyn's rocking my rainbow overalls.
Well, we don't have any trouble with the fit. They'll have another thing.
And me dancing, and then falling. Good job. And I was staying in a friend's apartment looking after their cat. This is Jersey. Jersey's so sweet. Oh, I went on a picnic with 2 girls that I didn't know, and then afterwards I went and wandered into Old Town. And this is what I stumbled across. This is John, and he performs on the street. This is Jacob. I met him at the open mic that I went to every Thursday. He's really cool. Look at him go. This guy is Russell. We were walking past, and me and my friend Josh were playing ukulele and singing down the street. And then he asked us to sing a song, and we were about to, but then he starts singing this. Absolute legend.
If I don't get rye whiskey, I surely
And then I danced with him. It was cute. Woo! And here's another favourite memory. Dom and I went to the hot springs, and I had never been to anything like that. The landscape on the way was absolutely stunning, and the walk-in was longer than we expected. The road was a bit dodgy, but so worth it. Oh, and there's Dom. There we go, there are the hot springs, 5 pools, they get cooler as you go down. Very busy, but an amazing experience. Oh no, you're out of focus! And the drive back. Gorgeous skies again. And the song playing now is called 30 Days, and I wrote that in Albuquerque about falling in love with the place and the people, but knowing that I'd have to leave. This is me and Carolyn on the way to Taos. It was our little road trip, and the landscape is absolutely breathtaking.
You drive and I'll be your excuse.
There we are.
We'll watch the sun chase the day.
So while we were there, we wandered around the village, and we also went to the Pueblo, Taos Pueblo.
Forest fires.
And then this is us on the way to the river gorge. But we got lost, so this woman in front of us led us to where we wanted to go.
Road we can.
And there are the mountains in the distance, and the gorge.
Winding paths and winding conversations. I'll ask if I can hold your hand.
And then it was time to go back to Albuquerque. But no! We stopped over at Carolyn's husband's brother's house and had a really nice vegan lunch. This was a really lovely evening as well. Jacob and I went over to some hills that face the Sandia Mountains and just jammed out on guitar, ukulele, singing. It's beautiful, just as the sun was setting.
It's not for a lifetime.
And there he is.
For life. It's something we both know. We both know I can't stay. It's not for a lifetime. 30 days. Just 30 days. The rainbow sky turns into night. We watch the city below come alive.
And the hike back to the car was a bit longer than we were expecting, but it was good.
This is the way I drive home from school every day.
Oh wow! Would it ever be dark like it is now?
Yeah,
That must have been fun.
I love this drive.
And then one evening I found myself in a warehouse full of people dancing to mantras. And I remember walking in and just being a bit confused at first, but then I got into the groove, I did some dancing. It was fun, I had a good time. Oh, this is Sarah. And I also met Sarah at the open mic that I met Jacob. And she's got such a beautiful voice.
I was just looking at the stars. Oh, how they sparkle and shine as the clouds align. The world keeps spinning around. It's alright, 'cause you can see the
Hey Dom, how are you feeling?
I feel good in the shade.
Shade is good.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Talk about
And
a
this was
world
us hiking at the
as it
foothills.
gets cold.
Again, really, really beautiful. I feel really grateful for having friends like Don that showed me New Mexico.
What is it?
Flowers.
Chocolate hummus. That's what we got.
Oh, Josh, I love that guy.
It runs against the
This was at the open mic that I ended up going to every Thursday while I was in Albuquerque, and that's where I met Josh and a lot of the other people that I was close friends with during that time. It was a way for me to meet other people and share my music, and it really made me feel a lot less lonely while I was in a place where I knew nobody. And then afterwards, we hung out all together. That's Josh, Trevor, and Jacob. Just walked around Albuquerque. And then we were joined by Cassandra. Go. We didn't know her before, but she just rocked up and hung out with us. It was great.
You would stop eating food with salt for me?
To prove how much I love you. It's true. Do you believe me, Trevor?
No, I don't.
Why don't you believe me?
Because Albuquerque has made me mistrusting everybody in
But I'm not from Albuquerque.
That's true. That's a fair point.
I'm from England.
But many people I've met in Albuquerque are not originally from Albuquerque.
That's also a good point.
And then we all went to Trevor's house and just hung out for a bit.
Oh no!
You're so gorgeous.
Just 30 days. Do I make you nervous?
Here's Carolyn in my orange dungarees, and we were getting ready for Dom's house party. I went there, I had a great time, I met all his friends, and they were so inclusive, I felt so welcomed. So just for future reference, Albuquerque is at 5,000 feet. I live at sea level, and alcohol affects you differently at higher altitudes. Here's me on the Amtrak train to Kansas City, which was the start of my road trip to New York. And I just remember feeling really, really sad because I had all of these connections, these relationships, these attachments to people and the place, and I had to leave it behind. And that was really, really hard. But I hope I go back. Thank you, everyone, for making my time so amazing. I can't really express how grateful I feel to have been able to see a part of your world.